So was it everything you dreamed of?
Yeah.
Yo, what up, YouTube Thief here. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. We just released Brody's tool cart tour. We got Gus's toolbox tour coming up. This week we're gonna do a video on tools Lube Techs need. All right, specifically get driven toward Chrysler Lube Techs, but it probably would apply for most Lube Techs. So this is going to be a short video, and I'm just going to go over some tools you're probably going to need starting off as a Lube Tech. As you can see over here, I got the Cummins on the rack. We're doing a bunch of services to this, but you know, Jackson, my boy over here, he's doing surgery on this thing. We got the cab lifted. He's doing a front timing cover and a bunch of other stuff. So enjoy the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. All right, boys, here we go. Gonna go through. I don't think I'm gonna put them in any particular order, but these are some of the things that I think you're going to need or that you should buy when you're starting off as a Lube Tech. This will really help you out. If you don't have any tools starting off, I think the first thing you need to buy is a good flashlight. Now, flashlights come in like all shapes and sizes. This right here is my favorite flashlight, but that being said, this flashlight was what, 90 bucks from the Snap-on truck. I got Jackson over there helping me out, but it's relatively expensive for a flashlight. It is a three-way. It's got the flashlight right here, flashlight right there, and a flashlight right there. It's a good flashlight. However, this being my favorite flashlight, I use this flashlight more than any other flashlight I have. You get them in a set. I got a set of 4 from Amazon for 35 bucks. So this is my most used flashlight. So you don't have to go out and spend all sorts of money on a flashlight. Just get you this to start off from Amazon. I literally walk around in the shop with this on my head. I feel weird when I don't have it on. Like, I always reach up and I reach for the button and it's not there, but I wear this most of the time. So get you a good flashlight if you don't have any tools. The next thing you should spend money on is a ratchet. Now, you don't have to go out and buy a Snap-on ratchet, although Snap-on ratchets are really good. I think that's the best tool that Snap-on sells. They're known for their ratchets, and I love their ratchets. You don't have to go out and spend $200 on a ratchet. This, I think it's a Pittsburgh. Yeah, this Pittsburgh I've had for about 18 years. And this right here is enough to get you by until you can get into something a little more luxurious, all right? This is, I like the swivel head a lot on this, and I use this ratchet a lot. So this was literally my go-to ratchet for years. So you don't have to spend a bunch of money. Just get you something that feels comfortable in your hand. You don't have to worry too much about back drag as a Lube Tech. So just get you something that's cheap and to start off with. The next thing is a good set of 3/8 sockets, all right? Now, all this being said, you don't have to buy these sockets like they're gonna last you your entire career as a technician. Just buy some cheap, inexpensive sockets. I like these Technin sockets a lot. This set right here is, I think, $90, and it comes with everything from 6 to 24 in deep and shallow. Most of what you'll be using is sockets for drain plugs, you know, sockets to take the underbelly pans off of stuff. So they don't need to be crazy expensive sockets. Go to Harbor Freight, get some Quins. Brody started off with Quins, but these 3/8 sockets are going to be what you pretty much use the most for pulling, you know, oil pan plugs and so on. So a good inexpensive set 3/8 inch sockets. All right, the next thing is filter wrenches. All right, we work on Chryslers here, so we use I got this Lyle set right here. I think it was 80 bucks, but it comes with 7 sockets, and there's 24 through like 35. But me, I usually use the 28mm because that's for the Cummins fuel filters, and then the 24mm is mostly Chrysler vehicles, the oil canister socket. Most of our stuff is canister. And then I got a big filter wrench for the Cummins, and then I have a smaller filter wrench in my box. You can get a set of 4 of these from the tool truck for I think $120, and then these are about 80 bucks. But you can go to Amazon. You can get, I think, a gear wrench set for about 50 bucks. So, and they have several other versions of these, but I would say a good set of filter sockets and then some strap wrenches, and that's going to cover just about everything regarding filters. All right, next we're going to talk about wheel sockets. All right, you can get a good set of these for, I think I got this set for $45 off of Amazon. But a good set of wheel sockets with the plastic covers that go over top of them so you don't scratch up a customer's wheel. I use the 22 the most because that's what's on our Ram trucks, but the Jeeps do have 19mm, so I use that, you know, somewhat. But a good set of wheel sockets is going to do you well, so invest in those. You don't have to get crazy expensive wheel sockets. You can just spend $50-$60 and get all of the wheel sockets that you need to be removing wheels and doing rotates on cars. All right, the next thing is going to be a good torque wrench. All right, you don't have to get an electrical tech angle torque wrench to do some of the stuff that you're doing as a Lube Tech. All right, it's really not needed. A nice Tecton clicker wrench will get you by, and these wrenches are really relatively inexpensive. I think this is 90 bucks or 100 bucks, but this clicker wrench got me by for a long time. I recently upgraded to a snap-on tech angle, but I still go borrow this from Brody when I want to torque down wheels. So get you a nice relatively inexpensive clicker torque wrench to torque down wheels. All right, the next few things are kind of optional depending on if your shop has it or not. We have a place in the shop where they keep a tire inflator, so you can buy that. You don't have to get, you know, a Matco one like I have. I think a couple of guys just bought a Cornwell. There's a Cornwell one sitting over there on the air hose, and the Cornwell one was I think 60 bucks. So something to inflate tires is definitely gonna be a good purchase early. And then right here I got a little magnet, so when you're taking underbelly bolts out, a place to stick this to a lift and put bolts inside of a magnet so they're in a consolidated area and they don't get lost. I think this was like $5 or a couple of dollars if you go to US General, but this is definitely good purchases when you start.
You go to US General, not Harbor Freight.
Go Harbor Freight?
Yeah.
All right, the next one is going to be a good impact. All right, you don't have to go out and spend whatever amount of money I spent on this. I don't even want to think about it. I try to put it out of my mind, but a good impact. You don't have to have a snap-on though. You can go out and get an air impact to start out. All right, air impacts are really underrated, man. Brody's been using this. It gets off about 90% of the stuff you need. So, and a lot of times on the tool truck, they'll have these as trade-ins. Somebody traded in a pneumatic gun to convert all their tools over to electric. So you can get good deals on these. You also can get, you know, a good deal on Amazon. Ingersoll Rand sells some good impacts. I know Harbor Freight sells good impacts that will last you long enough to your career as a Lube Tech until you change over to an apprentice. You can use that for the whole time you're a Lube Tech, and then once you're apprentice and you start expanding your tool collection, then you can get into an expensive electronic impact gun. But you don't need to do that as soon as you're a Lube Tech. Buy you a good pneumatic, something to break lugs free, and this is probably one of the best purchases that you will make. And the last ones, and this is going to be totally optional. All right, we talked about this in the last couple vids we did. You don't have to purchase these right away to start, but these should be one of your first purchases as like a Lube Tech. All right, and they're these, I think they're made by Mountain. They're mine are branded Cornwell. They're all rebrands of the same company, but these double box in flexible reversible ratcheting wrenches are awesome. All right, I think the 13 and the 15 is the most used wrench in our shop. These are kind of expensive. I think I've seen them on Amazon for $300, but these are definitely like some of the first wrench purchases that you should make. All right, these right here are money makers for our shop. Everybody has them, everybody uses them, and I think they're the most used wrenches in our shop. So once you start and you're in the job for a couple months, like Brody did, he was in the job for a couple months. He was borrowing somebody else's someone else's wrenches like this. He ended up buying them. It was one of his first purchases. So go out and get these sets after you've made a little bit of money. All right, and the last thing, some funnels. All right, typically shops will have funnels for you. I got my own funnel, so I don't have to go out looking for stuff. But get you some funnels that you can have just for you. It's always a good thing to, you know, get all of the oil into the engine instead of all around the engine, so the customer's not complaining. But that is about it. All right, that is geared toward Chrysler technicians. Once again, I'm a Chrysler technician, so tailor all of your purchases towards you. Obviously, you're going to need different versions of some of the stuff that I said. So you, like if you work on Subaru, you're going to have to get the big filter sockets, because, you know, reaching up through the exhaust manifold when the exhaust is hot, it's a lot better to, you know, do that with an extension for filter sockets. So hey, once again, like, subscribe, comment. This is Thief, man. Let me know what you think down in the comment sections. If you got any ideas on some videos that I could possibly do, give me some feedback, and I'll do it. But Gus's video is coming out soon, so be on the lookout. In the next week or so, we're gonna do his box tour. Once again, thanks a lot, man. It's Thief. Don't forget to smash that sub button.